Hello students, I want to show you how to use population density in this video. So population density is defined as the number of people divided by the area. For example, for the city of Pomona, that has an area about 22.99 square miles and about 152,000 people live in Pomona. You can find the population density by using that formula. Population density, I'll just use PD, is equal to the number of people divided by the area. Square miles. If you divide this number, you're going to get approximately 152,000 divided by 22 point. You're going to get approximately 6,611 people in every square mile of Pomona. So we say that the population density of Pomona is about 6,600 people per square mile. In each square mile, there's about this many people. So population density is important when you're trying to find a city to move to, because then you're gonna find you want to look for a city that has a desired population area that you're looking for. Okay, let's take a look at another example right here. Let me see if I can move this. So we say in example number 1, 70,000 people live in a circular area or circular region with 30 mile radius. Find the population density. So just like on the other one, we're going to start by writing the formula. Population density is number of people divided by the area. Well, we know that the number of people is 70,000 people, because they told us. But what about the area? We know we're dealing with a circle, and in that circle with radius r, the area of any circle with radius r is given to us by pi r squared. So the area for our problem here is going to be pi times 30 miles squared. Now, please remember the order of operations. You square before you multiply. So first you have to find out what 30 times 30 is, which is 900 square miles. And then you multiply the answer times pi. That area turns out to be approximately 2827.43 square miles. And so now what we do is we substitute this area in the formula that we are using here, 2827.43 square miles. That's going to give us approximate, or the population density of this region, which it would be 2827.43, which is approximately 247.57 people per square mile. Please notice how the units are really important. People per square mile, that's how we know we're dealing with population density. Example number 2 is pretty similar. So I'll skip over to number 4. In a city, in the state of Montana has approximately the shape of a rectangle. And in that rectangle, according to this problem, to the information given to us this problem, I'll draw it up here. You have a rectangle that measures approximately 590 miles here and 250 miles here. So the area of this rectangular shape, please remember that the area of a rectangle is just the length times the width. So it's 590 miles times 250 miles. And all we have to do then is write down 590 times 250. We're going to get approximately, or not exactly, 147,500 square miles. And so now that we know the miles and we have approximately how many people live in it, because that's part A, we could go ahead and find the population density, just dividing the number of people by the area. So 990 divided by 147,500. Again, people per square mile. The units are important. So let's go ahead and divide that. 147,500, and you get that approximately 6.71 people in every square mile. Compare this to the answer that we got for Pomona, which is 6,600 people approximately in each square mile. So you could tell that the population density of Pomona is really, really, really small. There's not a lot of people in the state of Montana. Okay, so you could slow this video if you need it. You could watch it over if it doesn't make sense, but hopefully my numbers are making sense. All right, how we get one more problem for you to see. And before I do this problem, I'd like to remind you that there are some areas that are really important for you to memorize. So please go online or memorize or find the area of a square. Make sure you memorize the area of a square is side times side. The area of a circle, we already use it, is pi r squared. The area of a rectangle, I think we also used it, is length times width. And the area of a triangle, if you need it, is 1/2 base times height. So if you have a triangle with base and height. Excuse me. So memorize some of these formulas because we're going to use them over and over again. Now let's take a look at problem number 4 here, example number 4. This one is slightly different. This is slightly different because if you notice, they give us the number of people, but they also give us a population density. So that means we need to find something else. In this case, we need to find the radius. So, but we start with the formula. Population density is equal to the number of people divided by the area. And substitute in the information they give you. So the population density, it's right here. Population density is 6,480 people per square mile. The number of people who live in that region is this, and then the area. We don't know the area, and we don't need to know we don't need to find the area for the problem, but we do need to find it in order for us to solve for the radius. So let's see how we go about solving this problem. The first thing you want to do is put a 1 down here so you can cross multiply as I'm showing you here, and then multiply 1 times 860. Well, 1 times any number is itself. Then to find out what the area is, we divide both sides by 6,480, and this tells me then that the area is approximately 6,480. It's approximately 132.72 square miles, since we are dealing with miles. Now, this is the area, but we need to find the radius again. So how do we find the radius? Well, since we're dealing with a circular region, we know that in a circle, the area, like I explained to you down here, the area is pi r squared. So that means this A and this A are the same. I could substitute pi r squared here. And that way I could solve for the only variable that this equation has. So that's r. So we need to divide both sides by pi. Pi is a number, approximately 3.14. And if you divide that number by pi, you get 42.24. Now we need to find r, the radius, not r squared. So if you remember from your Math 1 and Math 2 classes, we need to take the square root here and the square root here to get the radius by itself. So when you take the square root, just be careful to type it in correctly in the calculator. You should get about 6.4996, which we're gonna round to 6.50 miles. See, when we take the square root of miles square here, we just get miles, and that's the answer for this problem. Again, you could stop, slow, or rewind this video to watch and to understand what's taking place. Thank you. Please memorize the formulas that I told you, and then also the formula for population density. Thank you, and see you next time.